You are listening to the Maple Footy Podcast. This is the unofficial football podcast of the North. I'm your host, Sam Little. Find me at official Sam Little on Instagram. There's nothing left to say except for sit back, enjoy, and welcome to the show.
Welcome back to the Maple Footy Podcast, and yes, this is part 2 of our special little Euro final recap. And this episode is, of course, our Euro Awards episode, and I, of course, have brought back my friend, John.
Hello, my half-digested cookies.
For context, you're saying half-digested because last episode I said that I'm splitting up into 2 parts to make it more digestible for everyone. So in case you didn't get that joke, now you do get that joke.
This one's for that one person who gets that joke.
Yeah, this is for that one person that listened to it back-to-back immediately.
I don't know who you are, but just know I rock with you.
Shout out. The hardest shout out we've ever shouted.
For real.
I actually shout.
It's you and Wout Weghorst. Just know you're in the Trinity.
But yeah, so let's hop right into these. We want to start with, I say we kind of move up because I've got it like that. Do you want to go from best keeper up?
Yeah, I think so.
Too bad. We're going other way. No, okay.
Okay.
This is my show. Remember that.
Okay.
But just so you know, he's crying right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just walked out the studio.
Oh, yeah. I'm gone, bro.
The studio, I say it like we're not in my basement.
Oh,
right
no,
now.
this is a very professional
legit
studio.
Like
Yeah.
this isn't just two this isn't just two buddies bantering with each other.
We're actually 2 Americans in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
This is just branding.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah. All right.
Best keeper. Do you want to go first?
See, I have like 1 and then I have an honorable mention.
That's fair.
Because, I mean, admittedly, neither went super far in the tournament.
That's like me too.
I think we might.
I think we have the same one.
So
we may have the same two.
I gotta look at his name because I have not seen him play much before. The Georgian keeper.
Mamadashvili.
Yes.
Yes.
He.
Yeah. That was
huge
my keeper of the tournament too.
Huge for the tournament, and then I want to. This may sound weird because Italy did not perform well.
Oh yeah.
Donnarumma made a subpar Italy side look considerably less subpar.
Yeah. I would agree. For my honorable mention, I had Jan Oblak.
Yeah.
Because I'm a pretty big fan of his. He's been one of the best keepers in the world for the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Never really seems to get his flowers.
Super underrated.
Exactly. And this was, for me, this felt like his legacy tournament. He's never been to a major tournament with Slovenia. Yeah. And for him to keep them in it as long as he did, because he faced a lot of shots. Yeah. And they did not concede a lot. Yeah. I thought he had a great tournament once again, kind of like Mamadashvili and Donnarumma. Both went out all three went out in the round of 16.
It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. But Donnarumma, I also thought, had a phenomenal tournament. He was one of, I would say, probably the 3 Italian players that could leave the tournament with their heads held high.
You gotta feel for him.
I do, actually. Get him out of PSG.
Yeah. The fact that he moved from Milan to PSG just
feels wrong.
Especially, and I mean, I don't want to clown on PSG. It just, and this is a very scathing take. Yeah. It feels like a club where young players' career go to die.
I feel like that's valid.
Yeah. Well,
look at Neymar.
Yeah. Who, not even super young. It's just you have such, and I mean, I love Neymar. I know you're not as in love with Neymar as I am, but such a absurdly supremely talented player went there. I mean, Champions League final, but what else?
I mean, they will have won those league titles with or without. Right? But yeah, Donnarumma, get him out of PSG in my opinion. But Mamadashvili is a man who will be getting out of Valencia.
Yeah. Well, do you think so?
100%. I think there's a move for him.
Now let me ask you this: do you think that signing works out?
I think so.
Because I believe there's been questions about his distribution. Like, his shot stopping is very evidently elite. Yeah. But a lot of these big clubs,
they want to distribute. That's fair. I mean, for me, I know I'm not one of the guys making these signings, but for me, if I can have a goalkeeper that can exclusively do one or the other of distributing or shot stopping, I'm a shot stopper. Yeah. To me, that's the most important part of goalkeeping. Your job. Yeah. So that is a valid point. If he doesn't have great distribution, I mean, he didn't really get the chance to showcase it. Yeah. This tournament, and this is really the only time I've ever seen him. But I know Valencia fans love him.
Oh yeah.
So I think that there's definitely a player, a keeper in there. I don't see him at Valencia next year. I just don't.
I will say there's always something kind of somber because as foreign fans, we can choose the club we support. It's not like we're locked to teams just based off of where we are.
Yeah.
So there's something so sad about seeing other players realize that their big players going to have a great tournament and knowing that probably means they're gone next season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, he did have a great tournament. He was probably one of the 3 Georgian standouts for me.
Yeah.
But best keeper, best young player, I mean, we've already talked about him. Yeah. So, like, Yamal, did you have any honorable mentions?
Well, I mean, you could argue a player like Xavi Simons looked great, but, like, let's be real. If the winner of the award's Yamal.
It was, yeah. That was, like, yeah. I mean, there's probably honorable mentions in there, too.
Oh, I mean, you like, other players, Arda Güler.
Arda Güler, he had a great tournament.
Yeah.
Like, that felt like his coming out party.
Yeah.
I feel. But
shout out.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a reason why Madrid signed him when he was like 9? Like, you know, like
they took a break from signing the 8-year-old Brazilians to say we found a Turkish one.
Yeah, legit. Like literally. Yeah, I mean, I'm content with just leaving out Yamal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best player. I know you're not a fan of the guy that won the actual award.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Who are you bringing up?
Because there's a couple different players you could toss in here.
Toss them in, man.
I'm going to take, because there's so many Spanish players you could argue.
Yep.
I'm going to argue for a not Spaniard briefly.
Okay.
Cody Gakpo.
Okay, that was my honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. A phenomenal tournament.
Not super like saying he was not underrated at all this tournament. Had a phenomenal tournament, but I think it's just so many Spanish players played so well that I wanted to show some love to somebody else.
Yeah, I thought he had a phenomenal tournament. I mean, he had an up and down season with Liverpool for sure.
Yeah.
But it seems like when he puts on the orange for the Netherlands, he just kind of locks in. Like, if we're being honest. Like, what was he? 3 goals, 2 assists or something like that? Like,
I believe it was something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Like, player.
And just anytime, like, anything that Netherlands did positive in, like, the attacking third,
it seemed like
Gakpo had
was
a hand
involved,
in it. Yeah, and usually was, like, the main part. Not just, like, he laid the ball off. Like, no, like, he was getting up there, making stuff happen. And maybe it's a sign for Liverpool to play him perhaps on the left wing instead of just kind of everywhere else.
I mean, you'd think. I will say I'd like to briefly mention the Netherlands have a very bright future.
I would second that if I hadn't seen the Netherlands shoot themselves in the foot like time and time again.
I think it is tough because they're kind of like they almost fill that same boat as England, where I mean they're liked infinitely more. Let's be real, but they're perennially expected to do something,
and then just don't.
Yeah, but
this tournament was not their fault, by the way.
When you have a holy trinity of Cody Gakpo, Xavi Simons, and Wout Weghorst, I mean, it's like things are
you
bright.
Had to throw him out.
Yeah, he might be my GOAT, bro. That's my show.
In all fairness, like I know we do like make the jokes about Wout Weghorst. Anytime he came on this tournament, something happened.
See, it's only I love Wout Weghorst, dude. He did not play the greatest at Man United, but my lord, he loved to be there.
Yeah, vibes, bro.
Yeah, and that's huge. And the thing is, he actually scores when he puts on the jersey.
The orange. Shout out, man.
Yeah,
but I mean, my player of the tournament. Cody Gakpo was an honorable mention because last episode I had said him.
Yeah.
I just find it hard to kind of say someone not from the winning team.
Yeah.
Unless that winning team was England, because it would have genuinely have been hard to choose they would have chose Bellingham, but it would have been genuinely hard to choose an English player.
To briefly cut in, I feel like you give it to someone like Saka, who actually looked like he was doing stuff.
Yeah, or like a Cole Palmer.
Yeah. To be fair, if that was the moment, he probably would have.
He probably would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
my player of the tournament probably Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair shout.
Like we've said, you could probably bring like half to the entire Spanish squad to the table and make a genuine case for them.
The Danny Carvajal Ballon d'Or charge starts now.
Hey! I mean, Messi won it with less.
Yeah. We're gonna get a little chippy. This has not been and I mean that whole other talking point, and we will get to this later. This has not been the greatest cycle for the GOATs.
No, it has not.
Let's be real.
Yeah, we will talk about the quote unquote goats. Not my goats, but the quote-unquote goats. We'll do an episode together.
We spoke about Veghorst.
Yeah, we'll do an episode together where we just list off our goats.
The slander.
Yeah, just slander everyone. But Fabian Ruiz, back on track here.
Yeah.
Fabian Ruiz was... I thought he was their best midfielder. He controlled the tempo of the game, really disrupted opposition play, but progressed the ball forward for Spain in a way that I found maybe Rodri wasn't doing. I know it's not Rodri's job per se.
Yeah.
But... To me, Ruiz just looked more complete.
It is kind of, when you have a player of Rodri's class, you kind of expect him to just kind of do everything. But Ruiz looked like a quintessential midfielder doing everything to ensure that they weren't conceding space or like shots and progressing incredibly well. Yeah,
and I thought he was great in the final. Honestly, I of the games he played, I don't see that he had a bad game either. Like, there wasn't a game where I was like, he's not on it today.
Yeah.
He was on it every day.
Yeah, and it does kind of suck because a lot of midfielders don't typically get these shouts.
Yeah.
Unless you're a super established name with some kind of a presence.
Yeah, like Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
Like, Ruiz was not ragging on Toni Kroos here because I thought he had a great tournament too, but Toni Kroos was kind of getting the PR that I thought Ruiz probably should have been. No disrespect to Kroos.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have a player of that caliber retiring,
exactly.
they're obviously going to get the shouts.
Yeah, but that's my player tournament. Are you sticking with Gakpo, or are you going to say someone else?
No, I feel pretty content with Gakpo,
that's
even
fair.
though the result wasn't desirable for them. I still think in the time and games that he played, he looked phenomenal.
Fair.
And I do think some of the coaching and just some of the team lapses really held an all-time performance. Well, maybe not all-time. That's a little...
I feel like it would have been... It could if Netherlands, say, went on to win that final, I feel like and say Gakpo contributes to in the final, I feel like you could make a case for all-time tournament.
That's such a funny shout. You have players like Johan Cruyff, Marco van Basten, and then Cody Gakpo. I know my go.
Dude, for real. No disrespect, Cody Gakpo.
Yeah,
I thought he had a great tournament.
Yeah.
Next, we had rifle winner. I mean, we've kind of, once again, covered that.
Romania.
Romania. Fair. Real.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was Spain. Like, I know that non-handball kind of doesn't sit well with you, but, like, it was Spain.
It was.
Right?
It was a sour moment in an otherwise, like, pretty much flawless campaign.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
So, rifle winners, yeah. Biggest surprise. I know that we kind of both took this one as a bit of a joke, so I'm kind of interested to hear what you had to say.
I have two. I have an actual one.
Okay.
Or I'll say I have a positive one.
Yeah.
And I have a negative one.
Okay.
I'll start positive. And this is more emblematic of their group performance.
Yeah.
Austria looked good.
Yeah.
It sucks that they went out to two corners. Shout out Arda Güler.
Yeah, literally.
But they looked competent in a group with the Netherlands and France. They topped it.
And Poland, too. Poland's no slouch.
Yeah.
Like,
bad Poland.
Yeah. But, to kind of piggyback on that, Austria, I think it was a shame that they went out in the round of 16.
Yeah.
Because it did kind of have the makings of that maybe deep tournament underdog, dark horse kind of run. And we didn't really get that at all from any team this tournament. The furthest underdog was Turkey, who beat Austria, obviously.
Yeah.
But it really kind of, like, you saw Austria take it to Netherlands, take it to France, take it to Poland.
Yeah.
All three games, they took it to Austria, too, and all fairness, just wasn't their day, I think.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, it's a little bit of a shame that it's like, man, like, realistically, the path to that final on that side of the bracket was favorable.
If I may.
You may not.
My bad. All right, guys. Pack it up.
Yeah.
I do think, and this is me being a little biased because I really did want Austria to win. I like a lot of their players. Shout out Marcel Sabitzer.
Yeah.
I think they looked better in open play. It's just those corners killed them.
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah.
They just couldn't handle onside pieces.
And that, oh my lord, I'm blanking on the keeper's name, but that save at the end of that game.
Oh, for Turkey?
Yeah.
For Turkey, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, save of the tournament.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I think his name's Metz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I believe his name is Metz. Unreal. That was legitimately a tournament-saving save.
Yeah.
I said that when I covered the game, and I mean, it still rings true. I know Turkey went out next round, but
still,
like, what was it, 90 plus, and he makes that save.
Yeah,
like that's as good as a goal.
Well, and it really is, because that should have been a goal. Like,
yeah.
I feel like in any other circumstance, that's essentially guaranteed.
I think the XG, not that I believe in XG and all that bullshit, but sorry, just totally went in there. I don't really believe in all the XG stuff, but like the XG on that was like what 9 point something, or sorry, 0.9 something. Like,
man, stats matter, but like
XG is kind of a stupid one.
Well,
but like that just kind of, my point being here is like that shows that should have been a goal, and he made the insane save.
Other time, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like 9 point. Sorry, I keep on saying 9 point. It was 0.96 or 0.94, because I saw a tweet that was like, that's crazy, because when that happened, someone said on Twitter, when he made that save, everyone laughed at me when I said that goes in 94 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
And that's a really fun
elite ball knowledge.
Yeah, but
as it was foretold.
Yeah, exactly. The prophecy, as you will.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Shout out Austria.
Yeah, well, shout out Austria, I guess. What's your negative surprise?
France, bro.
Ooh,
France.
Yeah.
For probably like you'd argue, many would say like the best attack in the tournament.
Absolutely.
The one game they score a goal off of open play, like they score.
Yeah.
They immediately get slapped by Spain.
Yeah. Like Spain little bro them immediately.
Yeah. And I mean, all love to players like Mbappe. I mean, Dembele's historically been inconsistent.
Dembele is an on his day player.
He really is, man.
If we're being honest.
The French seem to produce a lot of those.
Yeah, but at least Pogba has a day more often than
that.
When he was with France.
That is true.
And
wow.
Juventus.
Wow.
Man, you can't sit here and tell me he was good with United.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But still, just come on, guys. I don't
do better.
Well, it's just kind of, what do you say?
Legit.
You have who should comfortably be the best player in the world at this point. Like, let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah.
And I know he broke his nose, but still, man, come on. You're Mbappe. You scored a hat trick in the World Cup final. Where are you?
No, legitimately. And I think it kind of sums up his tournament when in the 85th, 87th minute, whatever it was, against Spain, he breaks free of the Spanish, like, pretty hard to do this tournament. He breaks free, and you're betting your house that he's scoring, and he blazes it over the bar. And I think that just kind of perfectly summarizes this tournament, because his overall play, in my opinion, he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of ironically his finishing that let him down.
Which is really funny.
Exactly, because one of the best goal scorers in the world, and he leads the tournament with a penalty goal. Maybe the Euros just is his jinx, because he didn't do great last Euros, didn't do great this one.
Yeah.
But World Cup comes around, he locks in.
We'll see him in a couple of years. He'll be here.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll win a Champions League this year.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other one.
Yeah.
Dude, we've teased like 12 episodes coming up that we haven't even planned.
These are
yet.
all going to be one episode, by the way. Yeah. These are 30-second power segments.
Yeah.
And I mean, if anything, the fact that France made it so far is just a testament to their defense and like their midfield play.
I think it's a testament to their defense, but I also think it's a testament to how disappointing other teams were, which I will get into very soon.
All right.
My surprise of the tournament, it's not really a serious one. 6 top goal scorers.
Yeah.
Like, all on 3 goals.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, in a similar vein, you could look at the highest scorer at the Euros ever, own goal.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
My GOAT.
Yeah, like
my GOAT's own goal at the Euros.
Well, it's looping like all the way back to what we said. Harry Kane is a joint top scorer at this tournament.
Yeah. Like, I have the goal score. So, Shrans from Slovakia, Dani Olmo from Spain.
Yeah.
Mikadevsky.
Let me pull it up.
I figured out how to say his name, and now I can't. But the striker from Georgia, 3 goals. Musiala, 3 goals. Gakpo, 3 goals. And Kane, 3 goals. All of them tied on 3 goals. Golden Boot.
I love Jamal Musiala, man. I needed that to be said.
Yeah, that's fair. I think we all needed that to be said.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't really have much else to say apart from, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, my surprise wasn't really a serious entry. Just kind of like, how does that happen?
Yeah, how did we get here?
There may be someone out there. Not that I'm condoning betting at all. But there may be someone out there that bet on 6 top goal scorers in this tournament, and everyone laughed at him. And now he has like a yacht and a mansion because he just won like millions upon millions.
Brentford player?
Oh man, we're gonna do that?
No. My apologies. Go. You had a nice penalty.
But I mean, looking at biggest disappointment is next.
I mean,
I have like a list. Like I have a list, man. Like that's how disappointing I found some of these things.
I'm gonna zone in on a player.
Mm-hmm.
Suey Ronald.
Suey Ronald is crazy.
Yeah, man. No,
awful.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Terrible.
This was your old Yeller performance, man.
It was terrible, and I think he actively cost Portugal.
Yeah,
like any free kick, like there was that one free kick, like from like a corner flag that he was lining up to shoot.
Dude,
and it's like, man, what?
Yeah, the Homelander comps that I was seeing on Twitter.
Yeah, did you see the Homelander actor post it on his Instagram?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, crazy.
But it is just kind of like, and especially this, I feel like this is more of a credit to Jan Oblak, but you send up Ronaldo, penalty in extra time.
Yeah.
Like his moment, you like, not to say 100 times out of 100, as we saw.
Yeah.
But it's just like
as close you can get
to.
You
bet on Ronaldo scoring a penalty.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do that in like, in the actual games. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Great job, but still, man.
But still, like a game on your foot and you didn't convert.
Exactly.
And like it is kind of like, I'm not the biggest Ronaldo. Like I can respect what he's done for the game and everything.
Yeah.
But like I'm not one of those guys that like rides for Messi or Ronaldo. But it is kind of just a little bit sad to like watch one of this generation's. Some people would say the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
but watching like top 10 of all time, most likely.
Well, that even then, that's kind of slanderous, dude.
Yeah,
like people, I feel like a lot of people have him too.
Yeah. So like watching him kind of
crash
go out like this, and the fact that I feel like the consensus, he cannot be called up for the World Cup.
I think this is emblematic of a bigger issue in football, and that is because if the guy is an Iron Man who's been good, like the goals scored before 30, the goals scored after 30, you got to know when to hang the boots up.
Yep.
Like you don't have the pace. The shot's still kind of there. The box presence.
is kind of, but not really. I mean in the Saudi league, I guess.
Well, anyways, it's just you get him the ball, and what's he like?
He doesn't do anything.
He's trying. Trying doesn't win you tournaments.
But the problem, he's now his selfishness is actively costing his country.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be his selfishness is dragging his country through to say, all these potential like semifinals, quarterfinals, finals.
Yeah.
Now it's literally like, man, like you are actively like,
you gotta understand your role.
Yeah, like if you want to bring him as like a bench player, I think even then we're stretching it. Like,
yeah.
But if you want to bring him as a bench player, fair enough. But he's starting every game, finishing every game, and not doing anything every game.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It's just a bad look, and it really does suck because he has like reached some of the greatest heights in football.
Oh yeah,
ever seen, and it's just, it really is sad seeing someone so good in the past just be so bad now.
Yeah, and like it may sound harsh to say bad, but it's not even. It's just I don't want to say a fact, but it's just kind of staring you right in the face of he's not as good, and he's not good. Period.
Well, you loop back and it's like you watch the games.
Yeah.
Like Portugal is getting him the ball. Like, not to say they were like plating it up on a silver platter, but it is still like they were giving him serviceable crosses that get it to him at his feet so he could convert there, and it just didn't happen.
Nope.
You just let's be honest, because I like Ronaldo for what he did for Man United.
Yeah. The first time around, I assume.
Only the second time.
Yeah.
I know my goat.
I know my goat.
But you just got to let it go, man. He wasn't good.
Yeah, I think it is kind of like saving a guy from himself kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying hang him up because obviously he's still doing a good job in Saudi.
But internationally.
But internationally, man, like there is a time to kind of just go, hey, like let's let the next generation. The thing is, I think his head's too big for him to do that.
It would be very, very funny if he just pulled up at the 2026 World Cup and was like phenomenal.
Yeah. 12 goals, 7 games, World Cup final, World Cup win.
I was gonna say
player of the tournament, top goal scorer.
Yeah, no, it'd be really funny, but let's be honest, it's not gonna happen.
No.
Do you think he retires? Like, because it almost looked like this tournament was sobering for him.
I think it was sobering, but I think that he's too full of himself to admit that he's done. So I think that he's gonna keep going.
But it's funny because I think you're right about that. But I think this tournament was him actually realizing
he can't hang.
Yeah.
I think you're right, but I also think like I'm kind of right too.
Yeah.
Like he knows he can't hang, but like he's not gonna admit it. Like it wouldn't shock me if he lines up at the World Cup because he has a point to prove of like I need to show him I can still hang. Not that he most likely will be able to, but like
that's what I'm saying though, is I think prior to this tournament he genuinely thought he could.
Yeah.
But I think now he's just not going to admit that he can't.
No. Exactly.
What about you?
My disappointments? Oh man.
Oh boy, disappointments.
I brought up the list, bro. Like I have a list. So one, I kind of already touched upon this in previous episodes. Italy defense of the title.
Yeah.
I thought was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Shambolic.
Yeah.
They were put onto a favorable side. Not that they deserved to be there, but
still.
On a favorable side of the draw that they could have made even a semifinal at least going out in the quarterfinal or semifinal.
Is really funny to say.
Way better than going out in the round of 16 to all due respect to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it was embarrassing. Like I said, 3 players can leave the tournament heads held high. I think it's Donnarumma, Bastoni, and Calafiori.
Yeah.
Everyone else, Barella I thought was good, but he couldn't do it all himself. DeMarco, I know people kind of ragged on this tournament. I don't think he was terrible. He had a moment of madness for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was terrible. Outside of that, like they had 2 players in contention for worst player of the tournament for me. Scamacca and Di Lorenzo were terrible.
Yeah.
And like I don't really have much more to say. I've said what I need to say about the Italian side, but we're talking about disappointments of the tournament, and you can't not mention that.
Well, it just feels absurd because going into that Switzerland game, I thought, Italy's going to look good, but just the moment the play actually started, it just felt inevitable that Switzerland was going to win.
Like literally once Switzerland scored their first goal, it was like, well, that's game.
Well,
we could have called it then. I
was going to say, even to the buildup, it was just Switzerland's, I don't want to say deserving of a goal because I feel like I hate saying that because it's like, who really deserves a goal. But it just felt like Switzerland, it was an inevitability that they were going to get one, and then they did.
Yeah. But they locked in, bro.
Yeah, they did.
Shout out. But yeah, that was one of them. I mean, like I said, I don't really have much more to say about them.
Keep cooking.
Keep cooking. He's cooking. Germany and Spain being the only real big boys that felt like showed up. You could add in the Dutch as well. France, I thought, was disappointing. England was disappointing. I know that these teams made it far, but really, if you look at their play, they look disappointing. I mean, Portugal, disappointing past the first 2 games. I thought they looked really good in the first 2 games, but then after that, just nothing.
Yeah. It's
like, we already have covered a lot of this, but I mean, it's just disappointing, really.
It's just funny that the 2 favorites were A, drawn against each other so soon.
Yeah.
And B, really not teams you were looking at as favorites prior to the tournament. Like, people thought, they're probably going to make deep runs, but you don't look like they don't quite have the experience. Well, I mean, they did bringing in some of the players they did, but it's like you don't look at these teams and say you have the profile that we expect of a Euro winner right now.
Yeah, like one of them was starting Kai Havertz at striker, so you're never going to win with that.
Dude, it pained me.
Dude, I'm not even kidding, man. Watching him actually like actively infuriated me.
Yeah.
Because he was that bad.
Why was he
starting?
Yeah.
So I think that was a pitfall of Germany. But yeah, no, just none of the big boys just showing up. I mean, like we said, Italy didn't show up. England, very disappointing. France, like all these teams were disappointing.
It really does speak to the level we expect of these teams, that a team that made the semi and the final can be classed as didn't show up just based on the players and the roster assembly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
And then my final one was kind of just kind of like pour one out for them. But the underdog nations, kind of when they went out, the tournament just felt so much more bland.
The magic was gone.
It really was. Like I know we were both kind of rooting for Georgia a little bit because we wanted to see them kind of do well because it would have been cool.
Yeah.
But like even like Slovakia, Slovenia, Turkey, Austria for a bit there. Like these were underdog teams that's like you want to see them kind of do well.
Yeah.
And then they, in all fairness, they punch above their weight. I mean, Georgia gets that iconic win against Portugal.
Mm-hmm. That was a crazy
Slovakia,
game.
yeah, it was a great game. Slovakia gets literally a minute away from knocking off England.
Yep.
And then these teams kind of just quickly, like once the round of 16 hit, quickly, I don't want to say reality hit them because I feel like that feels a bit harsh, but just kind of maybe those moments of magic that we're kind of talking about with England kind of hit them, and they just couldn't. They don't have the quality.
Well, and I think that's the thing is you're absolutely right. Like a lot of those teams, I mean, they have like very talented players, but they don't have the difference makers that you see on an England, a Spain, a Germany, a France.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of what sucks. But I mean that is tournament football.
Yeah.
But like I said, it doesn't usually feel that bland that quickly in these tournaments when the underdogs start going out. But this tournament, it really hit. And
like,
I was like, ow.
you could argue it's usually like a gradient where it kind of fades, but it really was just once knockout football started, it just stopped.
It just stopped immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my disappointments, really. Are we content to move on to team of the tournament?
Yeah, I think we are.
All right. We have them written down. Actually, I say we, but John cooked, and he's going mental notes.
Off the dome, baby.
He's going off the old noggin.
The cogs are turning real slow, but my God, they are turning.
You can't see it, but there's smoke coming out of his ears right now. He's really thinking. But yeah, so how do you want to do this? So like we can both name each play because we both went 4-3-3, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I went 4-3-3. You're just going along with the flow.
I think 4-3-3 is the most natural.
Yeah, it's like that. It's the formation to use.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like weirdly put in like a 2-6, 5-10, and it's like that's not even.
I'm running 10 at the back, baby.
Yeah.
We don't got a goalkeeper.
The only 10 at the back and one striker. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So. Do you want to kick us off with goalkeeper? I mean, I feel like we know, right? We already said our goalkeeper of the tournament.
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, my goat. I know my goat.
God, what an overrated guy, huh?
Yeah.
But, like, it's Mamadashvili, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you said his name because I cannot.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's about it. We already talked about his great
tournament.
Goat. I mean, yeah, like, he would be my pick. Would you put in anyone else? Like I know we honorably mentioned Jan Oblak and Donnarumma.
We didn't mention him earlier. Diego Costa had a solid tournament.
He did.
So he could be in there, but like,
screw him.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Why screw him, Sam?
Because he's not Donnarumma,
You're
my
right.
goat.
You're right.
But I mean, yeah, like Mamadashvili.
I'm pouring pasta on you, goat.
Damn, calling it back to the Bleacher Report meme.
Oh, I was going the other direction. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, we're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
Even I wasn't on wavelength for the bit.
You gotta get on basketball Twitter, brother.
Oh, okay.
Deep cut.
Damn. For that one person that knew.
Yeah, unironically.
Yeah. Left back. I'm interested to see who you say. I'm wondering if you're gonna rock with who I feel like is the easy pick.
With Bubby Boo?
Bubby Boo?
Yeah.
Cucurella?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels so weird putting him in like a tournament 11.
Yeah, but he earned it.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to say he was so bad for Chelsea. He certainly wasn't good, but
I can say he wasn't good.
You can say that.
I watched him consistently.
Yeah. I watched him less consistently.
Yeah.
But he locked in for Spain.
He did.
Where has this been?
I was asking the same thing many times when I saw him.
Yeah.
This tournament.
I would like to point out that we mentioned earlier that we thought about doing 2 players per team. We are not doing that. Yeah. I was not prepared for this.
Could you? I'm putting you on the spot with 2 players per team.
Surprise.
I'm like, go. You can only name 2 Spanish players. Cook. So yeah, I mean, like we agree on Kukre. I do want to shout out Mittelstadt from
Maximilian Mittelstadt
from Germany. I thought he had a great tournament.
Such a fun name to say.
It is really. Right back who you got.
Yeah. Funnily enough, Joshua Kimmich.
That was my right back. Dude, we did not see each other's team in tournaments, but we have gone 3 for 3 so far. This is making it very like no argument here.
You could, and I mean, another Spaniard.
Put in Di Lorenzo.
Yeah. You're right. I wasn't gonna say Carvajal. I was gonna say Di Lorenzo.
Carvajal was the other name I was kind of floating around, but Kimmich was immense.
Yeah,
like been one of the best. I'm content to say players in the world for the last however many years.
Yeah,
has definitely been one of the best right backs and midfielders when he plays there too.
It really is funny that he just kind of gets bounced around, and he's good wherever.
He's basically just Philip Lamb Jr. at this point. I mean, no slight to him. That's a compliment of the greatest, highest order.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, so that's, man, we're kind of, I feel like center backs are going to deviate here.
Probably a little bit.
A little bit. We'll go 1-1, 1-1? Or do you want to list both of yours at the same time?
I'm trying to think of who I want to start with.
Okay.
Kind of bland to throw Spain in again. Yeah. Laporte looked really good.
Okay, well.
What?
That was one of mine.
Yeah.
Dude, this is this is very much not exciting at all.
Yeah, right.
I was really expecting us to like try and like make cases for like who we wanted in this 11, but we're literally just naming the same 11.
You want to just go next?
I mean, there was literally De Vrij. Yeah. Is my other choice.
Yeah.
No shot is De Vrij your other.
No.
Okay.
See, I kind of struggled with this pick. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna sound like such a casual. I'm not like I'm not a center back enjoyer, dude.
Fair. Casual. Fake.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
In all fairness, he's had to enjoy Harry Maguire for the last like 3 years. So I mean, who would be a center back enjoyer?
Yeah. I mean, we have Martinez.
A
quarter of the season.
Yeah, that's who I'd be hanging my hat on too.
Bro, he's good. He's good.
He's in your Copa team too. I bet.
I don't want to hear this from a guy who has to back Reece James when he
Whoa.
plays. Yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
You get 2 good games a season.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. Dude, where's Wan-Bissaka?
You're lucky.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
I can't speak freely.
Exactly.
You know what? Pepe. Yeah.
Pepe's your other side?
Yeah,
that's
sure.
A good show.
Yeah.
So back on track here. Pepe's your show?
Yeah, no, I'll go Pepe here.
Pepe? Fair.
Just because.
I mean, he was one of the names that I had shot, but I thought De Vrij had a really good tournament. I thought it was probably Netherlands' best center back. I feel like I'm content to say that he was over Van Dijk.
The Liverpool fans not gonna like that.
No, I don't think Van Dijk was one of my honorable mentions for center backs, but I just thought De Vrij was just more impressive.
Yeah.
He seemed to win everything in the air, command his box really well. Yeah, I thought he was pretty solid.
I'd be inclined to agree. The reason we were joking a bit there. The reason I'm actually going Pepe is for not to sound like for someone so old, he looked very good.
He looked young.
Yeah, which is
at times.
Yeah, well, I mean. Can't say that about some of the other Portuguese players, but
that are over. But I mean, I'm content to concede De Vrij if you want Pepe in there.
No. I mean, I think
exactly. My show. We're putting De Vrij.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah, and that's a power thing.
How about
neither?
Keep Pepe for like 30 minutes.
We're making a substitution at the half hour mark.
I think. Because he doesn't quite have the legs.
No.
He's
sadly
41.
My goat.
Might have somebody else's legs, but that's just a testament to his defending prowess.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with De Vrij if we want to go De Vrij.
We're going De Vrij.
Yeah.
I had actually a good few honorable mentions for the center backs. Calafiori, I did one. I can't put him forward though as a top choice because he did only play 3 games.
Yeah, and it's just. He had a really good 3 games.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, I wasn't watching him prior to the tournament. I'm not gonna front. So,
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, you would.
And
I only watch Serie A. Yeah.
Bajol from Slovenia, another center back who I thought went under the radar. I thought was great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Serie A, he plays in Serie A and he's garnering a lot of Serie A attention potentially for a move. So just wanted to shout him out. I thought it was good.
I was clowning earlier. Serie A had like phenomenal representation at this tournament.
Apart from the Italians that showed up for them.
It's funny how things work.
It is ironic, I guess.
Yeah.
But
we want to go midfield?
Midfield? Yeah, sure.
You want to start us off?
I mean, I'm going to piss you off immediately. I'm going to say Rodri.
See,
but like I feel like I know that it kind of irritates you, but like it's hard to argue against
my
him.
thing is I don't think he should have been the player of the tournament, but in that central defensive mid role, I think he just goes in.
It has to be.
Like I may not like him, but I respect him.
That's fair.
Like it's kind of hard to not like include him there.
No, that's fair. I would say as the one that pitched him.
Yeah. I have certain players that I'm debating. I think I'm going to play the midfield even though they were a little further up.
That's fair. It's just a team of the tournament. I don't really think it matters on tactics. Just vibes.
And I mean, because there's two guys here.
Yeah.
And you might, based off what I'm going to say, very similar roles, same team.
Yep.
Musiala, I think you play.
I have Musiala in mine too.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I had Musiala and Wirtz. I think they were both phenomenal.
I had Wirtz as an honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, Musiala I thought was on his way potentially to a player of the tournament campaign.
Yeah,
robbed
of that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to put a player of the tournament as a quarterfinalist though.
Yeah.
I still think he was phenomenal. He's once again, kind of like Nico Williams, was one of the most entertaining players to watch.
If I'm being honest, I think if he had progressed further, and it's so tough that they came up against Spain and how that game played out, but I genuinely think if they had progressed much further, he would be hands down the player of the tournament comfortably. Like,
if he carried that form as well.
Yeah. And obviously but it's like I don't see that slowing down.
No, definitely not. I mean, he was great for basically every game. I thought he probably had his weakest game against Spain.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was like disaster class, nothing like that. But
I think it's also
I'm content with playing in the team of the tournament for sure.
I think it's what kind of sucks for me is like he had a phenomenal shot denied by Cucurella. I mean, it was kind of like can't really see the hand. It was kind of down, kind of not.
Yeah.
Clearly denied the shot, but
Yeah, we ball, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with so that's Rodri, Musiala, and you're pitching Wirtz. Wirtz was one of my honorable mentions. Yeah. My player of the tournament was Ruiz, so he was in my 11.
I'm cool having him there. I think like great tournament, great player.
Yeah,
showed up, did everything that was asked of him.
Yeah,
so I'm cool with having him in there.
Yeah, I thought Wirtz and Musiala were extremely fun to watch.
I think the issue with having both of them in, even though I just pitched it, is they're very, very similar.
Yeah, they're extremely similar. And I like how we said we're only relying on vibes and no tactics, and now we're thinking of this from like a tactical standpoint. Like there was times in the tournament where, as well as they did play together at times, there was times where they did not complement each other.
And I think the thing is like that's something you live and die by is like when it's clicking, you have 5-1.
Yeah,
versus
5-1 Scotland, and when it's not, you have scraping by a Denmark.
Yeah, crazy to think about, but
crazy. But okay, so that's our midfield: Rodri, Ruiz, Musiala.
Yeah,
that's really funny that we've essentially pitched for the most part the same team.
I think, man,
I feel like it's
the wingers
kind of. Do we even need to pitch them?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I mean Ronaldo.
Weghorst.
And Weghorst.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jokes aside, though, Yamal and Williams.
Yamal and Williams.
Just phenomenal players, phenomenal to watch.
A lot of fun. They were a lot of fun to watch in that Spain squad.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already talked about both of them in depth. I'm pretty content with moving on to who we're going to put through the middle.
Yeah.
I feel like we both have the same one here as well, if I'm being honest.
Do we?
Do you want to go on 3? Don't rip a bit, though. Like, you have to say it.
No, I'm trying to... Yeah, I gotta.
It's gonna be really funny if like it's not the same.
It might not be. It depends.
It might not be.
It depends on because there's two ways to take this.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a striker looked very good at the tournament.
Okay.
And I think there was someone who sometimes gets played at striker.
Okay,
who was very good at the tournament.
Okay. Do you want to go on 3? No rep in the bit, though.
1, 2, 3. Gakpo. Yeah. It's just tough because he wasn't a...
He's not a striker, but like he can play as a striker.
Yeah.
Who's your other one?
I don't even know how to say his name. The Georgian.
Oh, the Georgia. Yeah, he was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, just because like he kind of came out of nowhere and just showed up.
Yeah, the 3 goals in 4 games.
Yeah,
all
absurd.
3 goals were in the group stages. Scored in every single. Like he scored in every game of the group stage, which is pretty unheard of. So
yeah, but
shout out.
Yeah,
but
I think Gakpo gets the start.
Gakpo for me gets a start. I mean, like I said, if he had probably got to the final, he'd probably been my player of the tournament.
Yeah.
But
can I toss in another name? We mentioned him earlier. This is looping back to midfield.
Oh yeah.
Xavi Simons.
Yeah, really. You want to pitch him?
Like maybe not in
just
place of anybody.
Mention?
I just think it feels kind of wrong to not mention him when he's had such a turbulent club career.
Yeah.
But he suited up and looked great.
Okay.
For them. Like I just feel like a lot of moments where he looked really, really good, integral in their attacking build-up and either just converting, like that goal against England.
Yeah, I mean, it was all him.
Yeah.
I think he really grew into the tournament. I was
agree.
don't want to say disappointed with his first few games, but I'm kind of like wanting more. And then I feel like definitely round of 16 and quarterfinals, I really felt like he grew into it.
He heard you.
And obviously semifinals too, I feel like he really grew in.
Yeah.
So I thought he was good. That's a good honorable mention.
Knockout merchant.
Knockout stage merchant. Oh, you're clutch.
Yeah.
Loser.
Okay. Yeah. Bum.
Yeah.
But can't have anything, bro. You do well in the knockouts, bad. Do well in the group, bad.
Hey, man, that's essentially Jude Bellingham's career. Just blank merchant.
Getting a little chippy.
Oh, we're getting chippy again. I took shots at Messi, dude. I'm rapidly just like losing people that want to listen to me.
I will say this is a bit of a deviation. Madrid might be the PR merchant team soon, bro. Like
soon?
Well, with some of the
I would say they already are.
Well, I mean, see the thing
they
is
got the juju though.
But it's like they have players who perform well. Like Vinicius for Madrid is phenomenal, but it's just kind of like
Copa Vinicius
had yellow card accumulation and couldn't play with this team. But
Canada made further than Brazil. That's all I'm gonna say.
Levels.
There are.
Kone Ballon d'Or charge.
Dude, legit. But back on track.
Anyways,
Cody Gakpo through the middle.
Yeah, I think comfortably.
I feel like
Harry Kane.
That was extremely anticlimactic. Did you have any? I had a couple more honorable mentions I didn't really say. I'll just list out the ones I had written off, even if I already said them. So, Oblak keeper.
Yeah.
Mittelstadt, Bale, Calafiori, Virgil van Dijk. I thought Nathan Ake, low key, a little bit of a shout out left back as well.
Yeah.
I thought he had a very good tournament. Looked solid. One of the few Pep guys that seem to be able to perform out of system.
Yeah, which we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that at some point.
Skriniar, I thought he had a very good tournament for Slovakia.
Yeah.
Wirtz, we already talked about. Olmo, Schranz from Slovakia, I thought was great.
Maybe the most random, just random pop out.
Yeah, hey
player.
Man. Like okay, cool. We talked about the Georgian striker.
Yeah,
Mikadudev, I think.
Sure.
Mikadudez?
Sure.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, dude. And Kravitskelia was my last honorable mention. I thought all had very good tournaments.
I don't want this to be an honorable mention, but I was kind of surprised by Gahey. I don't.
He was very close to making my team, but I didn't want England to have anything. So
I don't blame you. I mean, it's just kind of like for a player who you wouldn't expect to be here. No disrespect to him. He looked very competent on the pitch.
Yeah, looked very good.
You could, and I mean, we're not giving England anything.
Yeah.
Saka looked good. Palmer looked good. That's all I got for the English boys.
Shout out.
Shout out Jordan Pickford.
Weird shout out. But yeah, I mean, like Gurhi was. I actually do like Gurhi. In all seriousness, I think.
Is that how you say it?
Gurhi, yeah.
Really? My fault.
They say it like the commentators say it differently every time I hear it. I'm sticking with Gurhi until he corrects me himself.
Mark
Mark number 6 on.
That's just Mark
on England.
me and my boy.
me and my dog. But
if you ever hear this, sir, I apologize. Let's have a drink.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought you had a very good tournament in all seriousness.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give England nothing, but if I'm giving them something, I'll say Gurhey was very good.
Yeah.
Their best player, in my opinion, probably consistently.
See, I think it's kind of tough because I think a lot of players could have filled that role if they were given adequate playing time from the start of the tournament.
Like, shout out Palmer.
Yeah. I genuinely think
Anthony Gordon.
Manu didn't look super good in the final, in my opinion, but I think a lot of the other games, he looked like England's best midfielder, which is really funny.
Hands down. Yeah, the 18-year-old kid is outclassing the 105 million pound.
Yeah. Did
flop.
Caicedo take the record Prem signing? Or is that still Rice?
I think it was Caicedo.
Okay. Well, I mean, point being, like, some dude who's up there and then, like, a dude who's on a quote-unquote Ballon d'Or charge.
Yeah.
They're getting dumpstered by
Manu.
Yeah.
Some kid that's 18 that no one knew.
The goated Manu kid.
Yeah, man. Well, that's our team of the tournament. That was I really thought that there'd be some butting of heads. A la Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
Shout out my goat.
Yeah.
But
it's no Weghorst, but
there's no Weghorst. Maybe next.
He's no Weghorst.
Oh, bro. He's no Weghorst.
It's kind of levels.
Yeah, there is levels. So that's not my bad. My sincerest of apologies.
Yeah.
What Weghorst is
the GOAT?
Just him.
Yeah.
What can we say? But yeah, I mean, really kind of anticlimactic way to end our awards by just agreeing on everything.
I mean, I think
even the ones we didn't fully agree on, we were like, well, yeah, like that was going to be a guy that I was going to say.
I think it's just indicative of the fact that those who performed really well, and those who didn't didn't.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, no, with that, brings to a close our little 2-part extravaganza of the Maple Footy podcast Euro recap. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for having me.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Of course, anytime except for like when I don't want you.
Every time.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
My new co-host, everyone.
Yeah.
John.
I'm here now.
Yeah, he's a part of it now.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise, mother. But yeah, no, I had a really great time. Thank you for hopping on. It was so much fun.
It was an honor.
Thank you, man. An honor to be on the Maple Footy podcast. Put that on the fridge. That's going on the fridge. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sure I say he as if you're not sitting right across from me. I'm sure John's going to come back for a few more episodes. It feels like we have a lot more to talk about.
There's still more ball knowledge to be shared.
More ball knowledge to be shared that no one asked for. But, of course, you already know the drill by now. You can find me at official Sam Little on Instagram. From there, you can find any and all of my socials that you feel like you would like to follow. You get the quickest updates on when episodes will be dropping and all that fun stuff. Subscribe here if you're not already. I've had an absolute blast covering these Euro games. Some of them a bit better than the others, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. I thought Rifle Winner won, and it's been a lot of fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my time now. Maybe I'll invest in stocks and build a house or a boat or something. Yeah. Something productive.
The month after the Euros and Copa is going to feel so dry.
Yeah, because now we're just waiting for league to start up.
Yeah.
We have to wait a month.
Now I got to watch the Olympics.
Ugh. Yeah. Who wants to do that?
Gross.
I say as if I won't be cheering on Canada in every event that I see.
%.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll keep talking if we don't cut ourselves off here. Thank you so much for listening if you have to this point. And if you haven't, that's okay. I do very much appreciate it. Stick around for more amazing episodes dropping.
And that was your Maple Footy podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Check my socials for any and all future updates at official Sam Little on Instagram, where I am most active. And until next time, live, laugh, little.